Hello, Maverick traders. Welcome out to your currency recap for March 18th. Corey here with you. As per usual, we're going to take a look at meaningful news out in the markets and how that might be driving different currency plays. Crypto, whatever's moving, we want to trade it, and that means highlighting our very best ideas as we always do.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional Forex and crypto traders. Maverick Currencies is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional Forex and currency trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
So what we've been seeing of late is a move into the commodity space, and I would put crypto in that. Crypto's been on an enormous run, but there's even been rotation, I would say recently, out of equities, out of stocks, out of some things that have been on a nice run, and now we're seeing oil doing pretty well, we're seeing gold doing well, we're seeing things in the commodity space start to pick up really momentum. China data last night, they beat on industrial production, but they missed on retail sales and unemployment, so sort of a mixed picture, but China's definitely been in an economic slowdown. Now, if we look at currencies, there just isn't a lot moving. Swiss franc continues to be weak. Everything else relatively flat on the day. Crypto, a little bit of a down day. Oil up 2%. That was a nice move higher in oil. And like we said, rotation continues into that commodity space. Litecoin bucked the downturn in crypto and was slightly higher. Ethereum led the way to the downside, but ultimately crypto as a group sold off today about 1% on average as a group. So equity markets continue higher, but I've been on record as saying I think this is where we pause. This is where we should correct. And as we take a closer look at the chart, you have to give credit, though, that we haven't turned down yet. So for the last week or two, I've kind of said, hey, it's time for us to take a breather. Well, we're only going sideways. So we're taking a breather, but we're not really correcting down. And when we talk about corrections in two different ways, you can correct sideways in time, or you could correct down in price. And this one seems to be a time correction, where it's just consolidating, letting the moving averages catch up. We'll see Wednesday brings a Fed meeting, and that can certainly propel us out of this consolidation one way or another. The trend has been higher, and we've got to give credit where credit's due. Now, for this week, there's a lot to pay attention to. The RBA rate statement out tonight. We've got CPI in Canada in the morning. We've got the Fed meeting on Wednesday, and that's obviously the big economic event. You've got the Swiss National Bank. You've got the UK, over in the UK, Bank of England is going to report. You've got some manufacturing numbers and some retail sales numbers and Fed Chair Powell speaking. It's so packed with stuff, we really had a hard time fitting it all in there. And notice all of them in bright red, meaning impactful and can really move these currencies. So some weeks you're just trading technicals and there's not a lot there. This week there is a lot there. There's CPI numbers, there's everything that you could ask for. So currencies should really pick up the pace, starting with potentially tonight, the Australian dollar on the RBA statement. So as we look at currencies, I've been on record, look, I've liked the euro and I've liked the pound, and those are still in uptrends. I've not liked the Swiss franc, and that's the weakest. I've not liked the Kiwi. It's bounced a little, but I still look at that as a weaker currency. If I'm going to trade something, I tend to think that we continue to focus on euro and probably pound, and maybe CAD starts to sneak into the conversation because, again, commodities, gold, some of these things have started to perk up. Now let's look at some possible trade ideas. I'm going to continue to focus on euro. We went through a little bit of a pullback a week or so ago and right back to the upside. This was the buy the dip opportunity. That bullish engulfing candlestick formation we talked about certainly has been playing out, and away we've gone. I think we go up and through. So do I think euro pushes to new highs? Yes, I do. I like the euro here versus virtually everything. And then gold. I mean, if you're a trader of commodities, gold continues to look like it wants to trade higher. Sure, we're in a little pullback, but this is a buy the dip type of mentality, I think, in the precious metal space. So gold and silver, when they dip for a few days, they seem to go higher here. I've liked it. This was a nice breakout to new all-time highs. I think gold has more room to run. So my focus continues to be in the commodity space, precious metals, that sort of idea being strong. And I like the euro, and still maybe slightly less, but still like the British pound more on the upside. That's playing the relative strength, relative weakness game. Now we're going to be together live on Wednesday for the Fed meeting. Join us. It'll start about a half hour before the meeting, so that's 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 11:30 a.m. Mountain, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. Come and join us, and we'll trade that Fed meeting together. I hope you enjoyed this currency recap. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next time.